Hold on. There we go. Hold on. We about to come on now. We
There
about to
you
get on. Yeah, well, we about to come on there now. Here we go.
Yeah, now we cooking with grits, bacon, eggs.
Yeah, yeah. There
Yeah,
we go.
yeah. I see the time up there now.
Yeah, there we go. All right, brother. Here we go. Let's do this. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is brought to you by Head and Shoulders, where 99% of the men approve. Whether you use your head or your shoulders, it's gonna be dynamite. Yeah. Go ahead and introduce yourself, my brother. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Yeah. What it be like? Yeah.
It's your boy.
Yeah.
Woo.
There you go. There you go.
It's your boy. It's your boy.
It's
Kenneth Townsend. Shave and a haircut. Holler at your boy.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I think it's been about 3 months.
3 months.
3 months. The handcuffs and keys been on there. So we're gonna start it back right. We're gonna get on this hot topic. I mean, real hot topic. Teacher-student relationships. Now, we're not talking about the relationship that me and my brother had with teachers back in the day.
Yeah.
We talking about that funky monkey relationship they have it right now.
Yeah, we ain't talking about the care when you needed help, teacher.
Yeah,
we talking about the teacher that wanted to create you.
Yeah. We ain't talking about that teacher that what can I do for 1 point, man? Can I do extra work? Nah. Not that teacher. Nah. You gonna put in that naked work for these teachers today, you heard?
How that between the hours of 4:30 and 5.
Yeah, after school.
After school hours.
What do y'all call that? That policeman that's at the school. What is he called? Or what?
That's a SRO.
Yeah. It's after he leave.
Yeah, after the resource officer hit the door.
Yeah, resource officer. Yeah, once he hit the door. So check this out. I've been doing some research on this, man. Do you know 65% of students find teachers attractive from the get-go? That's today.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, we was talking about it before. The differences in the teachers' physique. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Yeah,
Is that the word?
What the guy 36, 24, 36, what a winning hand. Yeah, brick house.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got the we had the brick without the house.
Yeah. And the teacher was much older back then. We 16 and 17. The teacher's 45 and 50.
5 and 50.
Now they got teachers 21, 23, 25, 29, 32.
Yeah. And they coming in there with shake what your mama gave ya. Shake what your mama gave ya. What they be doing, man.
And that's what the students be doing. God damn, hold on. Let me go text my partner over in the other classroom. And then they're going to grab that phone. They're going to take that picture and they're going to send it. Now, if you're a true teacher and you see somebody do something like that, then you're supposed to handle it right then and there.
That's right.
Yeah, once you see something like that. But most teachers, they take it as a compliment and they just roll on. No fault, no harm, no foul. But those are the steps that lead to what we're talking about right now.
Yeah.
So you need to go ahead and nip that in the bud.
Yeah.
Before they even get that way.
That's right.
Yes. So let me ask you a question. Is it by any way inappropriate for a teacher to touch a student?
Absolutely.
Anyway?
Yeah. You talking about just
anyway. I'm not talking about sexual, I'm talking about anyway.
I wouldn't even get into that I guess mode of doing it, because sometimes you could be talking to them and put your hand on his shoulders, and then next thing they know, they feeling uncomfortable, or they might think, oh, she liked me different than what she like, like the song say she likes me, See,
Oh,
playing hard to get. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah,
See,
yeah.
won't admit.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. So I don't think I would start doing it if it was me. You know, I would practice not doing that because things could be taken out, especially with this generational kids. Things could be taken out of, out of content, and then you forced to either give them a good grade or something because they're gonna say you did something, or you got to go through what they want you to do, or they're gonna tell it, either or.
Right.
Like how it is in the prison system with the females and the guard. Yeah.
So what about that coach or teacher that says, hey, before we even get into this basketball season, or we get into this gymnastics, or we get into this football season, I'm gonna let you guys know, I'll give you a pat on your shoulder, I give you a pat on your backside, don't mean nothing by it. I don't mean nothing by it. So if anybody got a problem with it, let me know, and I won't do you that way.
But it's females, right? Or males?
No, both.
Well, back in our day, we didn't think none of that.
Right.
If power hit your mind, good job. That's good. That makes you think. Now, I think that disclosure you said will probably be good to save you. And matter of fact, I even go further in getting a piece of paper signed with mama and kids signing it. Say, hey, this is how I coach, and when I don't mean no harm in this, mom and students sign it, well, you safe then because hey, you got documentation showing that this is what you do in coaching, and that will save you. So I would definitely, instead of just talking to them, I'd put it on verbal paperwork and get it signed by parents and students.
Okay.
Then after that, slap on.
Slap on.
Slap on. Make it last second game winning shot right out there. Pow, good job. You know what I mean?
Okay. I can do this. So from the student side, what percentage you think the students see and sexual encounter with a teacher as something that
you might percentage they up there probably in the 70s.
Yeah, they up there. You right about that too. They are. And check this out. 20% of those said they do it for the thrill and excitement.
I can see that too.
Yeah, just for the thrill and excitement.
It's a different generation, man. We didn't think. I don't even think that crossed my mind with my teachers. And it was several times that it was me and the teacher in the room. It's us. Never crossed my mind. I don't think it even crossed their mind. They just trying to help you out with your math, social studies, and science.
No,
they weren't trying to do sexual education. They were doing application.
That's the dilemma right there.
Dynamics right there.
Yeah. That's it right there. Because
let me ask you this. So do you think that teachers go in school looking for a kid? Like, this is my first year of school, I'm gonna find me one. Or do you think it just happened over time?
Me personally, I think it has to be some type of attraction from a female's point of view.
Okay.
And from a male's point of view, that's a teacher.
So what I would think, well, what about, if they're not getting anything at home?
They ain't got nothing to do with it.
Not having any type. I'm talking about the teacher.
That's what I'm talking about. So if they were to bring something like that up, me personally, I would tell them, well, there's so many men out there, it's crazy. So why take the chance and try to sleep with a student and get all that time in jail and be on a sexual predators list or sexual offenders list, whatever that list is called? Get put on that.
Yeah.
When you can go out there and just find you somebody and just handle your business that way.
Yeah, you're right. But I think, you got to imagine it's probably maybe in the upper 60s or 70s. It's going on right now and ain't nobody reporting it at all.
Right.
And, so I don't know, man. Like I said, and then I was thinking, then the thing was differently, man. The teachers back in our days didn't dress like that. Makes sense. They didn't come up there with pants like they just sold up on you. They came. If anything, you would think they came from Sunday school. Work.
What they call them made to fit.
Yeah. Because they paper long.
Yeah. Because it's Friday night.
Yeah.
And they men not at home.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm talking about. That's the difference, man. Yeah, like I said, our teachers look like they came straight from Sunday school. These teachers look like they came straight from the club.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Sometimes you just hate to go to school for your student because you go up there and you see the way that the teachers and the staff is dressed. You like, damn, now I see why my boy ain't missed no days at school.
I'm trying to tell you, he ain't missed a day. Perfect opinion. You ain't gonna miss no day, my dad. You know, going Miss Johnson.
Yeah. He is talking about he's sick, but he's still going to school. I'm wondering why.
You want to see Miss Johnson?
Yeah. And for all you teachers named Miss Johnson, we're not referring to you.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
A bunch of y'all out there. We like Miss Johnson's too. That's
no doubt. No doubt.
You
So
know,
check this out. So what are some of the red flags for teachers and students relationships that somebody on the outside can see?
hanging out with that teacher a lot.
Yeah.
Yep. She's doing special tutoring.
Yeah.
Differences in grades, performance.
Mm-hmm. Favoritism.
Yeah.
Gifts.
Yep.
Special privileges.
Yep.
All that stuff. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. A student might change their grooming behavior because of that.
Yep.
You know, he would come in there looking like Little Bo Peep. Now he looking like King Jafar.
I'm a gigolo without a dough. Yeah.
Yeah, so right.
Come in with this song on their mind.
In your face, you get sprung. Wanna pull up because you notice that butt was stuck.
That's what they be saying. They walking down the hallway.
That is.
That's it, man. That's what they be doing.
That is.
They walk down the hallway with that book bag on.
Yep, that's what's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm. And that's the next thing gonna happen.
Yeah, don't run when you hear that.
Yep. One time.
I'm telling you, boo. So check this out. So can teachers legally hug students? Legally?
I don't see no reason. I'll say you probably not supposed to.
Right.
But some teachers still, side hug, especially if it's a young lady crying, lady on lady.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that a teacher female hugging another young girl when she's crying. Now I wouldn't put no man with them, hey,
right.
Anything, I'm gonna go get a female teacher. Say, hey.
But boom. Sometimes it will be a man that, like, if a young lady just found out that she lost her parents.
Right.
Some things, emotions just take over, and nobody's really looking at that in a sexual way.
Right.
Some of those are devastating things that can happen while you're at school.
Absolutely.
So I'm with you on that. There's some that are very inappropriate. Then there's some, where you just trying to comfort that student in a time of need.
Roger that.
Not sexually. Not sexually. All right. So check this out.
Mm-hmm.
This happened in St. Martinville.
That's around the corner.
Yeah, around the corner. Fifth grade teacher in Louisiana facing multiple charges allegedly sexually assaulting 2 students.
With the word allegedly, ladies and gentlemen, we not saying she did it.
Yes, right.
Allegedly. Go ahead, brother.
Yes. So that person faces 1 count of first-degree rape, multiple counts of indecent behavior with juvenile, and multiple counts of computer aid solicitation of a minor. That computer aid solicitation of a minor, that's those tablets that they got going around.
Word.
Yeah. So I guess they sending those messages back and forth on that tablet.
Yeah. And you'll be surprised what they do with all that equipment, man. I mean, these kids, even though they got like firewalls and stuff in these school computers, man, you'd be amazed what Chat GPT or YouTube can show you how to break that firewall.
Right.
And and the kids don't know that, Well, the parents don't know that. And you started talking like you talking to a 10-year-old, you talking to a 32-year-old teacher, 20-year-old teacher.
Mm-hmm.
And she can disguise herself as a kid.
Yeah.
And so when you listen to them talking, you think she's talking to Miss Stephanie up the road. She's talking to Miss Stephanie around the corner.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you're right.
So
You're right. What about that teacher boomer that got and that's a prime example. That teacher that they said didn't stop that fight. She looked young.
yes, she did.
Yeah, she looked young. She can pass for a student.
Yeah.
Oh, I think we got a caller. We got a caller. Hold on.
You got a caller? Who is
Yeah,
it?
we got a call already.
What's up?
Hello.
What up, baby?
All right, check this out. So, what do you think about students and teachers having sex? Do you think that's something that's appropriate in school?
Nah, it ain't appropriate.
Why is
Learning
that?
at school.
Huh?
Supposed to be learning.
Supposed to be learning.
Yeah, while you at school, man, you gotta learn, man.
Okay, but check this out though. They learning.
They're not sex ed, not doing it.
Oh, okay. So you disapprove that then?
100%.
100%.
100%.
Okay, we just had our first call in, and I'm gonna give him the nickname of Jay. So Jay, we appreciate you calling, and thank you for calling in and giving us your opinion on this matter.
Word.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
On with Tyrone. How you
On the
been?
phone. Yes, sir.
All
All right.
right. Hey, keep them coming. Keep them coming. Call
Keep
on
coming. Hold on. Let's get the next call on. Hold on. Where is he at?
Call on here.
Yeah, where is he at?
Where is he at? Let's get him on here.
They call him Captain Kirk. Give me a second. Let me see
Not
what Captain.
Captain Kirk.
Yeah, let me see what Captain Kirk up to. I don't want to hear nothing about no nurse either. That's another subject altogether.
Your call has been
Look
forwarded
at
to
that.
voicemail.
Look at that.
The person you're trying to
Look at
reach
that.
is
See,
not
there we go. There we go.
Captain Scary Kirk.
Captain Scary Kirk. That's gonna be his name from this point on.
Captain Scary Kirk. Call second chance job.
Yeah, man. I'm finna call Kinfolk.
Yeah, second chance job.
Yeah, let me call Kinfolk, and then I'm gonna call the oldest next.
Yeah, you do that. You do that.
Yeah. Tell them don't be scared.
Yeah, run your mouth. Run it.
You on handcuffs and keys
Keys.
and shave and a haircut. We talk
Absolutely.
about teacher-student relationship. What you got to say about the subject?
I like it.
What the heck? Goodbye. By no means do we know who that was,
Yeah.
and do we condone his comments.
Yes, sir. We don't.
Yeah.
We. Yeah.
I'll skip that person. We'll go to somebody else. Give me a second. Let me
Yeah.
find somebody on the positive. Ain't that about a bit? This boy. I can't find nobody.
Hey man, call number two. Number two on the top of the chain after the oldest one.
Who? Chris?
Hold
Hold on.
Bert.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, no, don't call Bert.
Too late now.
Might bring back some sensitive things.
Yeah, you sure? No, it ain't. No, it ain't. Watch me at work. As if she answered. She might be listening. She ain't answering that. Bert, you on the phone with handcuffs and keys and shaving a haircut. How you doing?
Coo.
Yeah. Check this out. We talking about teacher-student relationship, and stuff that's not supposed to be happening. What's your take on that? Back when you went to school, did you have any problems like that? Sound like you in the tunnel. Yeah. Hey, just call me back. I'm gonna be right here. We still on?
Yeah, on the phone. Call us
Yeah,
back.
call me back on the phone. Huh? Okay, she gonna call us back, but she thought that was something that she really needed to talk about. So
Yeah.
we gonna let her put her 2 cents in on it.
Well, she was on the Ice Cube video.
Yeah. For y'all that are big on Ice Cube, go back and check that out.
Yeah, she know Ice Cube video.
Yeah. Oh, I know what I'm finna call. Hold on.
Call. Man. See what
Yeah. Let me make this call. Let me make this call. Let me see. Yeah. There we go. It's ringing.
Yeah, it sounds like it's coming on.
Yeah, it's ringing.
Hello?
What's up, sis? Yeah. This is a shave and a haircut along with handcuffs and keys. We just want to ask you a question real quick.
Oh, Lord.
Lord. We're talking about teacher-student relationship. Tell us how you feel about it.
Say that again.
We are talking about teacher-student relationships. How that's a no-go in our day and age, but how it's just widely spread now.
Oh, I think it's disgusting.
There you go.
I've never went to school and once wanted to be with no teacher.
Thank you. That's
crossed my mind ever.
That's exactly how we were. Now we might have looked at him and said, she's beautiful. But we never looked at him and said, she finer than a motherfucker. We ain't never said no shit like that. Ain't none of that came across my mind. Either. Yeah.
Never crossed your sisters.
Check this out. Imagine going home and the teacher reporting that your son say, I'm finer than a motherfucker. You in trouble.
We got a problem.
It's a big problem.
I think my baby be like, are you?
I think it's a no-go.
You think what, sweetie?
No, go. Hell no.
Hell no. There we go. That's what I'm talking about, sweetheart.
Yes.
Let's see, he didn't know I was going to call you.
Yeah.
Well.
She said, well.
It's all good in the hood, baby.
Yeah.
We look for authenticity. We look for honesty and integrity in all our phone calls.
Right.
Yeah.
100%. 100%, sweetheart.
100%. You got your sister's vote.
Thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
All right. Love you.
Love you too, baby.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
See that, man? That's what I'm talking about. Now, that dude who we talked to earlier, talking that shit about sleep, he's okay with it?
That second chance job, man.
Check this out. He ain't going to have a job in a minute.
Yeah. You better be glad you didn't get his name out.
Yeah. He ain't going to have a job in a minute. Somebody called while I was on the line. So let me go back to that caller. Hold on.
All right, go back to the call.
Hello?
All right, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right, tell us about
the morning show. This is Ricky Smiley. How you doing today, baby girl?
Yeah, Boom say this Ricky Smiley. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. What's going on, brother? Boom, boom.
She said, "What's going on, brother? Boom, boom."
All great, all great.
All great. Tell her what you think about this teacher-student relationship thing that they got going on highly around Louisiana.
Well, they don't have the teachers like we used to have growing up.
That is.
We used to have growing up. They cared about us.
Right.
They always did. They cared about us, and they make sure if we didn't do nothing right, they gonna call our mom. First, they gonna send you home a letter.
Ooh.
To your mom.
Ooh.
And then they gonna give you a minute. When you don't comply to that, then that's when you gonna be at home. They gonna be already called your mama. She's sitting there waiting on you, looking at you like you got something to tell me.
Mm-hmm. What they missing?
You know, but these teachers now, these young teachers they got out here, like I've never had no teacher 24.
Yeah.
All the teachers we had was old, like our grandma.
Yeah.
These teachers now, all they want is a check. They don't care about us.
Right.
And it's a shame it's our own community.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying all, but you got some. They just don't care.
I agree.
They don't care if you make an F. They gonna straight flunk you. The teachers back in the day at least try to help you.
Right.
They don't know what struggles you go through in your home that you can't do because they're gonna ask you, say, what's going on that you're not making these good grades? You know, they open up to you. Right. And they help you. These teachers not gonna do that.
No. How they dress, sis? How they dress now?
What? They coming there with blankets? Sitting in there. Who come in the classroom with a blanket wrapped around them? Who do that?
What school is that?
You ain't lying. What school is that?
They walking down the street with all come up to the rooms are so cold now. Instead of you dressing accordingly, you come in there with a blanket on. Now I ain't gonna tell you what my grandbaby told me what she had seen in the classroom when they have blankets in there. And I was shocked. And you know, you know them teachers back in the day wouldn't play that.
Right.
They wore church dresses.
Man, you gotta take that blanket to the locker.
Yeah, I remember my teacher, Miss Lee, she had a dress all the way down to her feet.
Church dress, baby. Church dress.
Yeah, you can't even see ankles.
It's different now, though.
Yeah, it's totally different. Okay. Well, we sure appreciate you calling and giving us your input, sis.
In the background back there. Put it on the phone. Now. Let me see what you got to say.
Listen, I might get some feedback on it, but you know me.
Hey,
write it down for me. Write it down.
Put the lady on the phone in the background.
Talk to you later.
Hey, Boom said, put the lady on the phone in the background.
Mama?
Say, that's Mama.
Yeah, that's what that is.
They're gonna holler.
Yeah. What Mama is?
Put the lady on the phone in the
Right
background.
here. She said, what you say, Mama? All I said is you can tell the teachers from the student. Mama said, look, nowadays you can't tell the teacher from the student.
Oh, shucky ducky.
I doubt. Well, you know, I'm retired. They got jobs up there? All right, sis, love you. Tell Mom I said I love her too.
Mom, he said he love you too, and that's the end of that podcast.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
That's what it is. That's what it was, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
Well, Boom, we got about 3 minutes left, brother. So if you want to go ahead and put the icing on the cake on your end, let me hear a little bit about what you got to say.
I'd say at the end of the day, man, you got parents, you gotta be mindful of what's going on with your kids on a regular basis. You just gotta be tuning in on what they're doing, their habits, and if they change their habits, if they start wearing, some fancy cologne, start dressing up they weren't dressing up before, if they starting to stay late after school, those are type of things you gotta be looking for. Maybe it'll make you think something's going on. And if it is, seek your local law enforcement agency and go from there. But also have your kids mindful to know that two wrongs don't make a right.
Right.
And, that don't mean you go out there and seek after the teacher too. You need to stay in your lane and grow up and just stay in your lane.
Exactly.
So that's what I got, man.
I agree 100%, Bobo. But for all you teachers out there, and this came from my brother, he made it plain and simple. Men and women, teachers, men and women. There are so many men and women out there, you don't even have to mess with the students. I do not understand why these teachers are messing with these students when they got all these men and women out there. They say, well, we know these students. We know they wholesome and we ain't got to worry about it. Or I just want somebody younger. Well, go out there. I mean, you 20-something. Go find you a 19-year-old. Yep. If that's a legal age out there.
Yep.
Go out there and find somebody of legal age and you ain't got to worry about that. Because I'm going to tell you right now, once you get behind them walls, they consider that statutory rape. And any inmate in the prison that hears that you done raped somebody, regardless of their age, then you better be ready to throw down or lay down. One or the other.
Yeah.
Point blank. It's going down. So just think about that. You really need to think about that.
Yeah.
All right, brother. I'm good.
I'm good too, man. It's pretty good episode for the first episode. What's our sponsor?
Yeah, Head and Shoulders, dog. Head and Shoulders.
Head and Shoulders.
With 99% of men approved, because whether you use your head or your shoulder, it's gonna be dynamite. You heard?
Dynamite.
This is Jake.
And share our page. Subscribe to this channel.
Oh, wait a minute. You see that channel up on his name? We'll be there. We'll be there with Boom next Tuesday.
Tuesday, yes, coming up.
This Tuesday's coming up. Like I'm gonna say it with them. Like and subscribe to Shave and a Haircut. To J Tremor Handcuffs and Keys. I don't care. You heard me? I do not care. You ain't got to subscribe to nothing. If you just want to listen, that's fine. If you want to cuss me out, that's fine. You can call, that's fine. You can get in the comments and say what you want, that's fine. I don't care. I'm just letting you know. Free speech, Jimmy Kimball, love you, baby. Keep doing what you're doing, dog. Open that mic all night. You know what I'm saying? You can talk about anybody any way you want, and you shouldn't have to go to jail for it. And that's real, home. J Trevor, Handcuffs and Keys. I'm going to holler at y'all. You heard me? Boom, let's get up out of here, man. Matter of fact, let's go with the siren before we get out of here.
Get on about it. Hit it with it.
Yeah, because somebody going to jail. You heard me?
Yeah, somebody going to get their tail kicked. Somebody going to get the ear split.
Boy, you stupid, boy. Boom. We out of there.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Big Stuff.
All right, you still counting up there. I see the numbers up there. You sure you closed out? Hey, look like you still time still going.
Where? I don't know. I'm not on there. The light not even on.
I'm looking at it says live right now. Still says 30 and counting time.
No, yeah, it's gonna go down. That's the outro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I remember.
Going down all with the zero, right?
No, it's like counting time up. Like you still